Hi everyone and welcome to my food travel vlog. So this is about my trip to Montenegro. The first place I went to was Morrison. Now this restaurant was a few minutes up the road from my actual hotel, which was Hotel Hemera, and let me tell you how I got on. So here's me just flicking through the menu. So right now I'm up the road and from my hotel, and I've just gone out to a local restaurant and I've ordered their ribs and their potatoes. And just tap water. It's safe to drink tap water here, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so if you're in the UK, Morrison likens TGI Fridays, so it's kind of similar to that. So I got the ribs. The ribs were a bit salty, so I think it was kind of gammon that was used. Nothing too out of the blue. I was hungry, and for me, it did the job. Nice interior inside. I'd give it maybe a 3 out of 5. But yeah, that was Morrison Restaurant. Then for my 30th birthday, I went to Protocol Restaurant. Now let me tell you, I looked good, I enjoyed it, I was, taken to my seat. More than anything, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to come later on. I would give this restaurant a 4.5 out of 10. I have never in my life tried pasta that was so good. Like, of course, I had the chickpea butter with the bread and so on. Just be careful of that because that can actually make you full very easily. The waiter was quite nice to me, as you can see here. But in about 3, 2, 1, you will see my plate. It was literally a seafood pasta dish. I'd recommend this place if you're in Podgorica, Montenegro. The Parmesan was like €3 more, but honestly, 10 out of 10. I'd maybe even give it 5 out of 5. It was so good, honestly. Now, just like the first restaurant that I spoke about, so that's Restaurant Morrison, this place was actually about a 3-minute walk from my hotel. So it's quite fortunate. So here, they sell pastries, a variety of desserts, lots of ice cream, drinks as well. And I can't lie, I did go here quite a few times because Podgorica, there isn't actually that much to do in the city. But if you're in the heart of the city, I would recommend this place. So for me, this place gets 4 out of 5 because what's there not to love? So luckily for me, Hotel Hemera, where I was staying, actually had a restaurant feature. So breakfast was included for the last couple of days. I then had the pleasure of tasting these gorgeous prawn spring rolls. The best thing I've ever tasted in a very long time in terms of spring rolls. I also then had like mash and some pork. And then I had this dish. Now I will get the name and I'll type it out for you. It's pretty traditional over there. Had some Sprite, can't go wrong with that. But what did let me down were the desserts. Wasn't a fan. This is like an apple tart, and then I had like volcano cake. Really too rich for me. A 4 out of 5. And then it was time for Lanterna Canova restaurant, okay? So if you are going here, just make sure that you have your taxis and Ubers sorted because the restaurant kindly did call me a taxi because the app was kind of playing up. But I started off with a veal soup, okay? So it was kind of milky, questionable look, but it was actually very tasty. I then proceeded to my main, which was lamb ribs, but it was quite fatty, but it was a nice contrast with the vegetables that weren't too salted. So that was just that. I would recommend these places. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. See you again in the next one. Take care. Bye everyone.